Microscopic Milton is very small indeed. He lives in a clock on the mantelpiece in the parlour of a house that belongs to a lady named Mrs. Witherspoon. No one knows he's there, apart from Milton's friend Douglas, who spends most of his time asleep in front of the fire, and of course, you. It was a very warm and sunny afternoon. Microscopic Milton and his best friend Douglas were relaxing in the garden. "Ah, this is the life," said Milton. "It's so peaceful and quiet." Just then the back door opened and Mrs. Witherspoon appeared carrying a tiny kitten. "Ah, there you are, Douglas," said Mrs. Witherspoon. "My friend Mrs. Jackson has popped round for tea and she's brought along her new kitten. He's a bit playful and I'm worried about my best china. If you make sure he doesn't get into any trouble, I'll save you a slice of chocolate cake as a reward." Douglas didn't like kittens very much, but he would do anything for Mrs. Witherspoon, and especially for a slice of her chocolate cake. As soon as she'd gone, Milton came out from behind the plant pot to find the kitten playing with Douglas, who wasn't very amused. I must do something, thought Milton, but before he had a chance to decide what, the kitten had seen him and was bounding towards him at great speed. "Ah!" cried Milton. "He thinks I'm a mouse." The kitten played with Milton as though it was some kind of toy. Milton was feeling a little airsick. Then he had an idea. "Kittens love to play with balls of wool," he shouted to Douglas. "Go into the house and get some from Mrs. Witherspoon's knitting basket." When Douglas returned, the kitten was sitting on the grass, but there was no sign of Milton anywhere. "Oh, no," he thought. "I hope the kitten hasn't eaten him." "Woof!" shouted Douglas. "I'm under here," said a tiny, muffled voice. "Throw the wool." Douglas did as he was asked. Milton put his plan into action. "That should keep him busy for a time," said Milton, and he and Douglas went back to their sunbathing. A little later, Mrs. Witherspoon and Mrs. Jackson came out into the garden to collect the kitten. "Goodness me," said Mrs. Jackson. "What on earth has happened to my little kitty? He's got himself into a real tangle." Mrs. Jackson untied her kitten and took him home. "I wonder how he managed to get hold of my knitting wool," said Mrs. Witherspoon, as she handed Douglas a huge slice of chocolate cake. "Still, I don't suppose you had anything to do with it. Enjoy your cake, Douglas." Milton and Douglas settled down to enjoy their reward. "Kittens can be very irritating," said Milton. "Kittens can be very useful too," thought Douglas to himself as he took another big bite of chocolate cake.